गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः. So today we'll be starting from chapter number 2. It's a long chapter, so it is having more than 70 verses, and very important chapter. This is a very important chapter because this chapter speaks about Krishna is speaking about the basic philosophies, which we can say, the foundation of all our spiritual knowledge. What is that? Krishna is emphasizing and making the point clear that we are not this body, we are spirit souls. So that is a fundamental understanding we should have. That is a fundamental jnana we should have, knowledge we should have, because everything is around that particular understanding. If we are understanding that we are not the body, we are the soul, then all the perceptions in our life will change. So whatever perceptions we have in our life today is because we are thinking that we are this body. We are thinking that we are this body, we are not, we don't know about anything about soul. So that is the main problem what we are facing. And this identification, I mean our actual identification, Krishna is going to reveal now. Okay, so let's start. So Sanjaya is speaking to Dhritarashtra. So we have seen in the previous chapter that Sanjaya, after explaining what is happening in this battlefield, he now he is continuing from where he said that Arjuna said, "I can't fight." He cast aside his bows and arrows, everything, and he was sitting there in and crying, like he was in a crying mode, and he said, "I will not fight." So in this particular chapter, in the second chapter, we can see that Sanjaya seeing Dhritarashtra hopeful. So Dhritarashtra is now having some hope because Arjuna said, "We will not fight." Okay. So the hope is that Dhritarashtra is thinking that all the Pandavas will not fight and they will go to forest, or they will get all the kingdom. So no, because the fighting is basically why, for what they are fighting. They need the kingdom, and also they have to vanquish Pandavas completely. So Pandavas, they may say that, I know we will not fight and we will go to forest. You take whatever kingdom you want, everything you take. We don't want anything. So Dhritarashtra has some hope that will happen, because now the scene is that Arjuna is sitting there and telling to Krishna that I will not fight because of so many reasons which he has already said. But now what is happening is that our Krishna is going to inspire. He is going to inspire Arjuna to fight. So we can see this chapter is entitled the contents of Gita summarized. So basically, all the main theme of the Gita, or the summary of the Gita, or the main important tattvas of Bhagavad Gita is being mentioned in this chapter. So we can see that throughout, because it speaks about little bit of karma yoga, it speaks about little bit of jnana yoga also, and also there is a glimpse of bhakti yoga also. So this is a very special chapter. This is the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, but still Krishna is giving glimpse of karma yoga, jnana yoga, and bhakti yoga, because these are the three main subject matters of Bhagavad Gita. So basically, if you see, the first 6 chapters are karma yoga. I mean, if you see, I mean, if you consider to be in a broader classification, the first 6 chapters considered to be the karma yoga, the next 6 chapters considered to be bhakti yoga, and the final 6 chapters considered to be the jnana yoga. So that's the main theme of that particular chapters. But in a very in a very condensed way, Krishna is summarizing these subject matters in this particular chapter, chapter number 2, but not very detailed. It's only glimpse. Okay. Anyway, we will see that in our classes. And these topics, let's see how we can study properly. Very important. Sanjay Uvacha, shloka number 1. तं तदा कृपयाविष्टम् आश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणम् विषीदन्तम् इदं वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदनः। सञ्जय उवाच तं तथा कृपयाविष्टम् अश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणम् विषीदन्तम् इदं वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदनः। सञ्जय उवाच तं तथा कृपयाविष्टम् अश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणम् विषीदन्तम् इदं वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदनः। Yes, please. Someone can
Hare
recite.
Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Pronounce.
Hare
Om
Krishna.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 2, Contents of the Gita summarized. Sanjaya Uvaja Tam Tada Kripaya Vishtam Ashrupurnakulekshanam Vishidhantamidam Vakyam Uvaja Madhusudanaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Somebody else, please. Yeah, those who are comfortable with the Sanskrit or Hindi, please recite. There is, you can see both Sanskrit. Sanskrit is similar to Hindi, and and the English. Okay. Yeah. Good.
Hare
ॐ नमो भगवते वसुदेवाय सञ्जय उवाच तं तदा कृपयाविष्टमश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणम् विषीदन्तमिदं वाक्यमुवाच मधुसूदनः हरे कृष्ण।
Okay. Someone else, please. One more devotee.
Sanjay
Hare Krishna
Uvacha.
Prabhuji. Yeah,
Hare
Mataji,
Krishna
please go
Prabhu.
ahead, Mataji. Mataji, please go ahead.
Thank you, Prabhu. Sanjay Uvacha. Tam tada kripaya vishtam ashrupurnakulakshekhanam vishidantam idam vakyam vacha madhusudana. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. You can also recite, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sanjay Uvacha. Tam tatha krapaya vistam ashruपूर्णाकुलेक्षणम् विषीदन्तमिदं वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदन.
Thank you. Somebody please read the translation. Yes, please.
Krishna. Sanjaya said, seeing Arjuna full of compassion, his mind depressed, his eyes full of tears, Madhusudana, Krishna, spoke the following.
Thank you, Mataji. So now Sanjay is speaking. Okay. He started speaking here. Oh, 1 second. Hare Krishna. Arjuna, seeing Arjuna full of compassion, his mind depressed, his eyes full of tears, Madhusudana, oh Madhusudana, Krishna spoke the following words. So now Sanjay is saying that after seeing Arjuna with a lot of tension, lot of distress, and out of compassion, Krishna is going to speak to Arjuna. That's what Sanjay is saying here. And here, the first 10 verses, we can see, I mean, there is one more reason. There are 4 reasons which we said for Arjuna that he will not fight. The 5th reason is actually indecision. That will be actually discussed in this chapter, in the coming verse, right, in the coming verses. And Krishna, and we will see that Arjuna is completely surrendering to Krishna, accepting Krishna as his own guru, and he is listening from Krishna. So basically, that is the theme of the first 10 verses of this chapter. Okay. So here we can see in the purport, Srila Prabhupada's purport, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Material compassion, lamentation, and tears are all signs of ignorance of the real self. Compassion for the eternal soul is self-realization. So Srila Prabhupada is saying here, material compassion, lamentation, tears. So compassion means what? What is the meaning of compassion? You can say that karuna, right? In Sanskrit, or kripa, we can say. Compassion means we are feeling, we are feeling some, karuna to others. Lamentation, we know that what is lamentation, and tears, I mean crying. So, but this we are talking about material compassion. Okay, material compassion means compassion based on the bodily concept, not on the spiritual level, or not on the transcendental level. What is the difference between material compassion and actual compassion? Actual compassion, or we can say the spiritual compassion. The material compassion is like, okay, this person is, he's a poor person. He doesn't have money to eat food, or he is a very poor person. So let me help him by giving him some food. Let me get some food from the hotel and give it to this person. So that is based on the material compassion that person is helping. That is good. We are not saying that's bad. That is good, but that's not the ultimate. And what is the spiritual compassion? In the same context, we are saying, again, a person is poor. He doesn't have money. Doesn't have money to eat food. So a spiritual person, or a person who is practicing Krishna consciousness, a devotee, what he will do, his compassion will be little different. He will be seeing, yes, that person is not having money, so he's not able to maintain himself. He doesn't have money to eat, even to have food. So let me give him food, but I will not give just food from the hotel. I will prepare something in my home and offer that to Krishna, and that will become prasadam. Let me give that prasadam to this poor person. So that is not material compassion, because the reason is that devotee is thinking that if he, the poor person, if he's honoring, he's eating the prasadam, that is satisfying, giving satisfaction to his body. Satisfaction to the body means he will feel satisfied. Like if we are hungry, really hungry, if we are eating food, we will feel happy, right? Because we are satisfied with that hunger. We had that hunger, and when we have food, we will feel satisfied. Similarly, definitely that poor person also will feel satisfied after eating prasadam. So even if you give hotel food also, he will feel some material satisfaction, no doubt. But in the second case is that he will be satisfied by having food, his body will be satisfied. At the same time, he is giving spiritual credit also. Means the devotee who has given prasadam, he is thinking in that way. His bodily needs are also taken care. At the same time, I'm giving him some spiritual food, so that he's getting some sugurdhi, or he's getting some spiritual credit, and that will help him to come into Krishna consciousness, or that will help him to bring, or we can say that elevate his level of consciousness, and today or tomorrow he will come to bhakti, this bhakti marg. So in that way, and let me help him in that way, because helping somebody is not only on the body, should not be only on the bodily conception. Because how it's like, Srila Prabhupada always give this example, very beautiful example. Many places he has said this. He says, saving, if somebody is in the river, for example, he doesn't know to swim, he is drowning. Okay, he's drowning, and somebody is coming and helping, trying to help that person. So it is our Srila Prabhupada is giving here only. I did not see that in that purport also. He's saying, okay, we will read that. Now only I said so that anyway. So let's read material. That's the material compassion and spiritual compassion. Okay, and lamentation tears are also material. Could be material. Why? Because we are again lamenting on the issues what we are facing. That is like, because we are identifying ourselves with body. So because of that, all the problems we have that feeling. Oh, this problem, that problem, because everything is based on body basically. Spiritually, we are not getting affected. If you are getting a disease, if you are getting any financial crisis, that is actually spiritually we are not getting affected. Our spirit soul is not getting affected. We are getting affected. Our mind is getting affected. Our body is getting affected. So mind is also a body, part of a body. We call it as a subtle body, not the gross body, but subtle body. But still, it's material, and it's part of our body only. So that is, so we have having that those pain and or lamentation again on because of the bodily conception. So Srila Prabhupada is saying that this is because of this is the sign of ignorance. Because what is that ignorance? Ignorance means we don't know who are we. This is the case. We don't know who are we. We don't know. I am the spirit soul. I am not this body. Because of that ignorance, we are having all this kind of lamentation or tears or material compassion. So Prabhupada further says, compassion for eternal soul is self-realization. That is the actual compassion for the soul in the spiritual platform. The word Madhusudana is significant in this verse. Lord Krishna killed the demon Madhu, and now Arjuna wanted Krishna to kill the demon of misunderstanding that had overtaken him in the discharge of his duty. So Madhusudana, there are so many names for Krishna. One of the name is Madhusudana, and Madhu was a great demon, and Krishna killed him during his pastimes. And Arjuna is very specifically calling Krishna by the name Madhusudana because demon-like ignorance, demon-like misunderstanding is in the heart of Arjuna. So he wanted to drive away that demon or kill that demon of misunderstanding. So Arjuna is addressing Krishna by the name Madhusudana. Right? In that way. So further he says, no one knows where compassion should be applied. Compassion for the dress of a drowning man is senseless. A man fallen in the ocean of nescience cannot be saved simply by rescuing the outward dress, the gross material body. One who does not know this and laments for the outward dress is called a Shudra, or one who laments unnecessarily. So this is the example Srila Prabhupada is giving. Very beautiful example. We can always remember. So this is the difference between material compassion and spiritual compassion. In the material compassion example, we can say a person who is drowning in the ocean, or we can say, or drowning in a river, okay, and somebody is coming and trying to save. And if the person who is trying to save that person, the person who is drowning, if he is only pulling out the dress of that drowning man, does it have any meaning? Right? No, it's not that we have to only pull the dress of the drowning man. We have to pull the person completely. We have to pull him completely, right? So Srila Prabhupada is saying that in this example that we are all busy in thinking about the outward dress. So it is like we are, material compassion is something like that. We are trying to save somebody who is drowning, and we are not saving the person, we are saving the dress of the drowning person. Does it have a meaning? It doesn't have any meaning, right? So that is the case. So we have to save that person from the ignorance. That is the actual compassion, right? So how that can be done? By giving something related to Krishna consciousness, so that he can, today or tomorrow, he can come to this platform of bhakti. So, but if we are in ignorance, what will happen is that we will lament. Because we don't know, we are thinking that we are this body, or whatever is happening to my body is me. I'm having this problem. I'm facing this problem. Actually, no. All of us are still, including me, by the way. I don't have any realization that I am the soul. But the theory says, the philosophy says, Bhagavad Gita says that we are not this body. So we should have that today or tomorrow. By practicing Krishna consciousness, we should come to that level that any problems happening in our life will not affect us. Because all the problems what we see is all affecting body only. It can be gross body or subtle body. Either it is affecting our mind, which is a subtle body, or to our gross body. So that is not actually affecting our soul. So that is why pure devotees means those pure devotees or Shuddha Bhaktas, they don't lament for anything. They are happy with everything because they are identifying themselves as soul, not on the bodily platform. Because of that, Srila Prabhupada further says, Arjuna was, anyway, we will discuss those in the coming verses. Basically, this chapter completely is describing about the soul. So we'll have better discussions and better understanding of this concept. So Arjuna was a Kshatriya, and this conduct was not expected for him. Lord Krishna, however, can dissipate the lamentation of the ignorant man, and for this purpose the Bhagavad Gita was sung by him. This chapter instructs us in the self-realization by an analytical study of the material body and the spirit soul, as explained by the Supreme Authority, Lord Sri Krishna. This self-realization, this realization is possible when one works without attachment to fruitive results and situated in the fixed conception of the real self. So Srila Prabhupada is saying here that Arjuna is a Kshatriya, he has to do his duty, but he has forgotten his duty, he is not ready to do his duty because of this lamentation. Why? It is because of his ignorance, Srila Prabhupada says. And now Krishna is educating him. Krishna is educating him by singing Bhagavad Gita. He is giving this knowledge to Arjuna, and Srila Prabhupada says this chapter basically is analytical study of material body and spirit soul. So this is the study. This is the main chapter wherein the material body, the details of the material body and the spirit soul is being mentioned. Analytical study. Okay, and Krishna is directly giving this to Arjuna. And finally, Srila Prabhupada says, and this is called self-realization, understanding that we are not this body, and understanding that we are the spirit soul and part and parcel of Krishna. This is the real understanding. This is the knowledge. And this realization is possible, Prabhupada says, when one works without attachment to fruitive results and is situated in the fixed conception of real self. Means without attachment to the fruitive result means whatever activities, whatever we do, we are expecting some results out of it, right? So ideally, anyway, this concept of this theme, or we can say this concept, we will study in the further chapters. From the next chapter onwards, Karma Yoga, we will study this. By the way, what is the meaning of this without attachment to fruitive activities? Means we have to perform our duty. We should not be we should not be bothered about the result of what we do. So that is what is without attachment to fruitive results. We should perform our duty, but not expecting the results. Whatever Krishna has destined for us, let us accept it. So this is the point. So our problem is that whatever activities we do, we are expecting results, and we have our own expectation. No, that is the problem, right? So many expectations we have. It's like big expectation, very huge expectations. So, and if we do not get that, if we can't reach to that expectation, what will happen? That will discourage us. We will be sad, right? So this is the point. So we will study that anyway in the coming verses. Let's go ahead with the next verse. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Kutastva Kashmalam Kutastva idam vishame samupastitam anaryajustam asvargyam akirti karam Arjuna. This is the first verse spoken by Bhagavan. First Sri Bhagavan Vacha verse in the Bhagavad Gita. The first chapter, Krishna, there is no Sri Bhagavan Vacha verse. Right here, this is the first verse. Okay, let's someone can recite, please.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shri Bhagavanuvaja Kudastua Kashmalamidam Vishame Samupastidam Anaryajushtamassargyam Agirtikaram Arjuna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. One more person can recite.
हरे कृष्णा ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय श्री भगवानुवाच कुतस्त्वाकस्मलमिदं विषमे समुपस्थितम् अनार्यजुष्टम् अस्वर्ग्यम् अकीर्तिकरम् अर्जुन. हरे कृष्णा.
Thank you. Translation, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, how have these impurities come upon you? They are not at all befitting a man who knows the value of life. They lead not to higher planets, but to infamy." Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Nice verse. This is the first verse. where we can see Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Lord Krishna is speaking, and first verse itself, or in Krishna's words, are like he's asking Arjuna, my dear Arjuna, very with love he is asking, my dear Arjuna, I want to know how all these impurities has come upon you. You are a learned person actually. Arjuna is, Krishna is saying, you are actually a learned person. You should know, and you know all this. Why now impurities are there in you? Why you are thinking, why you are forgetting your duty? And why you are lamenting like this? Like you are an ignorant person. Actually, that should not happen. You are a learned person. You are not an ordinary person. So he is asking how these impurities have come upon you. They are not befitting a man who knows the value of life. And Krishna says these issues, whatever Arjuna is going through, impurities, it is not befitting for a man who knows the value of life. So this is not helping. This is not helping anybody. And they lead not to higher planets, but to infamy. And all these impurities, or what Arjuna is thinking, Krishna says that will not help you to go to the upper planets. Upper planets means better life, basically. It could be material life, or even to higher planets can mean that maybe Swarga and other upper planetary system, or to the spiritual world also. So in any case, if we have this concept, or if we are having these impurities, or or if we are having the ignorance, then we will not be able to move upward, in the sense to go to the better destinations. But that will lead to infamy. That will actually affect you. That is not good for you. Krishna is saying. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, Krishna and the Supreme Personality of the Godhead are identical. Therefore, Lord Krishna is referred to as Bhagavan throughout the Gita. So this is very beautiful point. Now Srila Prabhupada is establishing and also telling us the meaning of the word Bhagavan. So this is the first verse which we can see the Sri Bhagavan Vacha. So Prabhupada is explaining why Bhagavan Vacha. So Krishna and the Supreme Lord both are identical. So here it is very clear that it is not that Krishna Vacha, right? That's Krishna's name. He could have, Vyasadeva could have written like that. But he is saying Bhagavan Vacha. What is the meaning of that? It shows that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Because Bhagavan means the Supreme Person, right? So Bhagavan Vacha means that Supreme Lord is speaking. Who is that? Krishna, Lord Krishna. So Bhagavan is the ultimate absolute truth. He is the ultimate of everything, Krishna, Bhagavan. The absolute truth is, again, the very important concept Srila Prabhupada is teaching us. Okay? The absolute truth is realized in three phases of understanding, namely Brahman, or the impersonal, all-pervasive spirit, Paramatma, or the localized aspect of Supreme within the heart of living entities, and the Bhagavan, or the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, Lord Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 1 to 11, this conception of absolute truth is explained. Vadandi tat tattva vedas tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmedi paramatmedi bhagavanidi shabdyade. The absolute truth is realized in three phases of understanding by the knower of the absolute truth, and all of them are identical. Such phases of the absolute truth are expressed as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So very important concept we should know. Okay. So here Srila Prabhupada is saying. So please pay attention. So there are three types of, or we can say there are three phases of understanding. Phases of understanding. What is the meaning of phases of understanding? Phases of understanding mean three levels of understanding. Okay. Understanding what? Understanding the absolute truth, or understanding Krishna. So to understand Krishna, there are three levels. We can say that, for example, what is the meaning of three levels? Three level means if we take the material example, the primary school, high school, and graduation. Just giving a simple example to understand the three levels, right? So these three are different levels. But these three levels are there for understanding the complete or getting the complete knowledge of whatever science or whatever we are studying, right? To get a job, he should have graduation. He can't say that I'm a primary school graduate, give me the job. No, he will not get the job of an engineer or doctor because he has not gone through the required qualification, right? So like that, to understand the absolute truth or to understand Krishna, there are three levels of understanding. Okay. And the first level is what is now what we are calling, it's mentioned here is Brahman. Okay, I will just share again. This is in all the languages, even if it is, if you see, I mean, this is some Sanskrit terminologies, Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So even if it is Malayalam or even if it is Hindi or this concept is same. We need to understand. Okay, so we should remember these three words. What is that? Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Okay, so these are the three levels of understanding. And what is Brahman? Let's see. So Brahman, Srila Prabhupada here itself says, impersonal, all-pervasive spirit. Impersonal. So Brahman means, so Krishna has, this is the complete picture of Krishna, basically, absolute truth. So absolute truth means it includes these three level of understanding. Should include. Okay, Brahman, Paramatman, Bhagavan. So Brahman means there is an impersonal aspect for Krishna. What is that? Impersonal. Impersonal means, what is the meaning of impersonal? Impersonal means who doesn't have a form. Okay, so impersonal aspect of Krishna is that he is present everywhere, or we can say that he is not in the sense of as a Paramatma, like this Brahmavadis, or this concept. Those who are following this conception, they say that Krishna doesn't have a form. He is all pervasive. All pervasive means he is there everywhere, or he can be everywhere. So because of that, we can't restrict him to a form. They say that's their philosophy basically. Okay, so that's the first level of understanding. So we can say you would have heard about Brahma Jyoti. So Brahma Jyoti is nothing but this Brahman conception means Krishna, from the body of Krishna there is a what a spiritual effulgence is coming out. That spiritual effulgence is actually lighting up the entire spiritual world, and that spiritual effulgence is giving light to sun also. Our sun is getting the light from where? From Krishna only, from the body of Krishna basically. So from the body of Krishna there is an effulgence coming out. That effulgence is lighting up the complete spiritual world. There is no sun, by the way. No sun required like we need here in the spiritual world, because it's already lit up by the effulgence coming out from the body of Krishna. That is called as Brahma Jyoti. Okay, and that Brahma Jyoti it's like a light, or we can say effulgence. It doesn't have a form, right? It's all pervading. So that Brahma Jyoti is pervading the entire spiritual world, and also we can see in the even that Brahma Jyoti is giving light to sun and moon, and sun is giving light to moon. So basically that all pervasive Brahma Jyoti concept aspect is already here also in the spiritual, or in the material world also, where we are sitting. So Brahma Jyoti is there basically. So that means the effulgence coming out of Krishna, which doesn't have a form. Like light, what is the form of light? We can't say. Light doesn't have a form, right? So that is the one concept. That is the first level of understanding. Okay, that Krishna has an impersonal aspect also. Absolute truth means the we can say Krishna, or the supreme person of the personality of Godhead. He has an impersonal what to say side, or we can say impersonal concept also. Second aspect is Paramatma aspect. So what is the meaning of Paramatma aspect? Paramatma aspect is like Krishna is present in the heart of all living entities. like all of us are having. We have Krishna already here in our heart as a Paramatma. So we already said that we are not this body, we are spirit, soul, or Atma, and our identification is Atma. Along with the Atma, there is Paramatma also, Krishna also. Without the Paramatma or without Krishna, Bhagavan, within our near to the soul, our body will not be active, or we cannot do anything. So Krishna is there in each and every living entity, each and every living entity. What to speak of living entity, even in the non-living entities also. It is said that even in the atoms, each and every atoms, Krishna is present as Paramatma. Even between the gaps between the two atoms, there also Krishna is there. Means he is everywhere. He is everywhere basically. So that is one understanding of one level of understanding of the absolute truth or the Supreme Lord. So these are the aspects of Krishna basically. So that's the second level. So first is, what is that? Brahman, means the all pervading, the effulgence coming from Krishna's body. It's all pervading, by the way, the entire creation or entire even spiritual world. Of course, spiritual world and even the material world basically. We can't perceive it. We can see only the light, or we can say coming from sun only. But when we cross the material world, before we enter into the spiritual world, there is a space where we can start seeing the Brahma Jyoti directly. So that's the first concept. Second is all, or we can say localized aspect of Supreme Lord, which is he is present in each and every living entity, in the heart of all living entities. That is the Paramatma realization. Okay. And third realization, third level of understanding is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan realization. What is the meaning of that? Bhagavan realization means the complete understanding of Krishna. Means Krishna has an impersonal aspect about Brahma Jyoti. The person who is in the high school, who is in the college, he knows what we have studied in the primary school: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A, B, C, D, everything he knows. And the person who has reached the college, he knows what has been studied in the high schools also. Already he knows that, right? So likewise, a person who is in Bhagavan realization, that stage, he knows what is Brahman, and he knows what is Paramatma realization. So the Bhagavan realization is the highest realization, wherein that person will already understand the Brahman realization and Paramatma realization, plus what is extra? Understanding that Krishna has a very beautiful form. Very beautiful form. He is not a person without any form. If we have a form, then why Krishna will not have? Krishna definitely have. So we are seeing the photos of Krishna. Is it an imagination? People who are thinking, who are in the level of Brahman realization, they say that Krishna doesn't have a form, and all the photos where we see Krishna's photo, they are all imaginary, they say. Actually, Krishna doesn't have a form, but these are all imaginary, somebody is drawing and giving to us. Oh no, it is not like that. Krishna actually has a form. Krishna actually has a very beautiful form as described in the Shastras. Very beautiful form he has. Bluish black. That is his complexion. Very, 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 very beautiful. He is the most beautiful person. So that form is there. And now we are talking about Bhagavan realization. Okay. So he is having a form, beautiful form. Also, the person who is in the Bhagavan realization stage, he understands who are we. We are spirit souls. Not only that, what is our connection with Bhagavan? What is our connection with Krishna? That also he will know. That I am part and parcel of Krishna. I am Amsha of Krishna. So my master is Krishna. And so as a servant of Krishna, that is my duty to serve my master. So that understanding will be also there, a person who is having the Bhagavan realization. So it's a complete understanding. So Bhagavan realization is as we said, the graduation wherein the complete knowledge is there. But there are Brahmavadis, there are Paramatmavadis. There are two categories of people, or we can say they are there are many conceptions in this. Even if you see in our India or wherever we go, they say that Bhagavan ko ek roop nahi hai. Bhagavan doesn't have a form. They say there are many people even now also say, even in the other religion also, if you ask about that, they will say God doesn't have a form, right? Have you heard about that? Many people say. That is basically impersonal conception or Brahman conception. They doesn't believe in Krishna's form. They say that it is all power, that some supreme power is there or some supreme light is there. That's all. That is basically Brahman conception. And those who are worshipping that Brahman, not beyond that, their goal of life is to go and merge into that light, Brahmajyoti. That is their goal. Those Brahmavadis, their goal of life is to go and merge into the impersonal Brahmajyoti. That's all. So that is not complete actually. Of course, we are not saying that they are bad, but their understanding is low. But they are far, far, far better than those who doesn't even believe that there is some supreme lord or supreme power or whatever. There are so many atheists who doesn't believe in anything. They say that only science is perfect, nothing else. So the Brahmavadis are far, far better. They at least, believe in some supreme power, right? So that's the first level of understanding. So here we are studying. Second is Paramatma realization. Paramatma realization is that is going little more, because it's the high school studies wherein the devotee or the person understands that Krishna already has an impersonal aspect, plus Krishna is present, God is present in everybody's heart as Paramatma, and they meditate on the form of that Paramatma. So they have now got the understanding of Krishna is having a form. But what form? For the Paramatma Vadis or those who are following Paramatma realization, or those who are having that understanding, only that, up to that. So they are seeing Krishna, or they wanted to, their goal of life is to find out that Krishna who is in the heart, who is having a four-handed Vishnu form, because this Shastra says, the form of Krishna in our heart is the four-handed Vishnu form, basically. So those Paramatmavadis, they meditate on that particular form, and that is their goal of life, nothing more than that. And that's the second level. Third level is what we are talking about, the graduation or the college studies, wherein that person knows the impersonal aspect, they are aware about the Paramatma localized aspect, and now apart from that, they are also aware about Krishna's absolute, or we can say that beautiful, we can say the complete knowledge. Like Krishna is having a beautiful form, that three-bended, Shyama Sundara form Krishna has, and also our relationship with Krishna, our identity, Krishna's identity, our relationship with him, and also that devotee will think that being the part and parcel of Krishna, my ultimate duty is to serve that Supreme Lord. So in that way, they wanted to serve Krishna also. So those only who are in the Bhagavan realization, they will have a feeling of serving Krishna. In the other two aspects, no service. So impersonals, Brahmavadis basically doesn't, because they doesn't know about service. They want to merge into the light. That's all, and be peaceful. That's all. And that is also basically Ananda. Basically, we will get, it is called as Brahmananda. We will get some pleasure out of it. And those who are meditating on the Paramatma, they are also meditation. That's all. But there is no service. But in the third level or highest level, wherein Bhagavan realization, devotees wanted to serve Krishna personally. Because Krishna is a person, we are also a person. Not only now. Now we are having a material body, and there is our actual identity is spiritual. We have a material body. Once we are qualified to go to the spiritual world, we will lose this. We will be leaving all this material body, and our spirit soul will come, and we will get a spiritual body. That spiritual body We'll have all our hands, legs, nose, everything will be there. But it is not material body like which is perishing or which is like all of us are having. It's not made of the Panjabhutas, but that is spirit, and that will not that will be eternal. There is nothing called death. So that we will get when we go to that spiritual world, or when we are qualified to go there. So the person who is having Bhagavan realization, he will think that I am Krishna's part and parcel. So my goal is to serve Krishna. Whenever I am in this material world, and as long as I am in this material world with this material body, no problem. Still, my duty is to serve Krishna. So we serve Krishna, our deities at home, or photos at home. We are seeing Krishna's form in that way as a deity or photo, and we are serving with our material body. Right? And when we go to the spiritual world, the same thing is going to happen. We will get a spiritual body, not this body. We will get a spiritual body. And there we are not seeing the deities or photo. There we are seeing him directly. We are seeing him, that person, Krishna, and we are serving him. That's the difference. That is the only difference. So we are now practicing here. So we, all of us sitting here, we are in which we are we in the primary school Brahman education, or are we in the Paramatma, or we are in the third level actually. Srila Prabhupada is taking us to the third level, and those who are in the third level, he or she knows everything which is below that. So these are the three main conception, and all these three are not wrong actually. It is not fake or false. There is an impersonal aspect for Krishna, which is Brahmajyoti. No, it's nothing imaginary. It is there, but that is not the highest understanding. That is the thing. So there is a Paramatma aspect for Krishna also. So we can't deny that fact that Krishna doesn't have a Paramatma concept. Of course, it is there, but the ultimate is Bhagavan. So that who is having that Bhagavan realization will know that everything, all these are coming in there. If we are defining absolute truth, or if we are defining supreme personality of Godhead, all the three should be there basically. So that is the beautiful explanation here. So let's continue. I don't know whether we can complete, but this is the we took little more time, but this is a very important concept. Okay, I think this is quite big purport. Let's see how much we can do. The three already explained. So Prabhupada is explaining here with some examples. So we will see that example also. The three divine aspects for the can be explained by the example of a sun who has three different aspects. So now, we now, without example, we understood what it is. Okay. Now we are giving, Srila Prabhupada is giving one example also. So you'll be very much clear now what we are going to see. Let's read the example of sun, namely sunshine, sun surface, and sun planet. One who studies the sunshine only is the preliminary student. One who understands the sun's surface is further advanced. And one who can enter into the sun planet is the highest. All of us agree? Sunshine is something, and sun's surface is something, sun's planet is something different, right? These are the three levels. Highest is sun planet, because if somebody is only seeing the sun rays, that is not complete understanding. There is something called planet for the sun. Not only that, there is one more thing we can add here. There is sun god also. There is Surya Dev. So that is the complete understanding. If we see the sun, we should know all these four things. We should know there is sunshine. Yes, there is sun's surface. We can say we can say that, or we can consider sun planet and the sun god who is sitting inside the planet. Okay, so that complete picture we should get. That then only our understanding is complete. Otherwise, we are not understanding what is sun. The sun is having all these aspects. Agree? Right? We should agree. So that is the point Srila Prabhupada is making here. So ordinary ordinary students who are satisfied by simply understanding the sunshine, its universal pervasiveness, because sunshine is pervading everywhere, it's going everywhere, and it has an effulgence, and it is impersonal, right? Can we say that this light coming from sun is having a form? It doesn't have a form because it is pervading everywhere. That's the impersonal nature. Impersonal means which doesn't have a form. Similarly, Krishna is also having an impersonal nature. Like all pervading sun. That's the beautiful example Srila Prabhupada is giving. And we spoke about this sunshine and we compared with the Brahma Jyoti basically, right? Which is the effulgence coming from Krishna. Yeah. So that's the Brahman feature of absolute truth. Now the student who has advanced still further can know that sun disk. There is something called sun disk, which is compared to the Paramatma feature of the Lord. The second level. And the student who can enter into the heart of the sun planet is compared to those who realize the personal features of the Supreme Personality of the Absolute Truth. And also, inside the planet, only sun God is there. The sun God is inside the planet. So one who is entering into that sun planet only can see the personal feature of the or the form of the sun God or Surya Dev. And that is the highest understanding. So therefore, Srila Prabhupada says, therefore, bhaktas or the transcendentalists who have realized the Bhagavan feature of the absolute truth are the topmost transcendentalists. Although all students who are engaged in the study of absolute truth are engaged in same subject matter, the sunshine, the sun disk or inner affairs of the sun planet cannot be separated from one another. Yet the students of three different phases are not in the same category. I hope all of you understood. So Srila Prabhupada is saying that bhaktas or transcendentalists or those who are what is the meaning of transcendentalist? Transcendentalist means spiritualist, or those who are interested in spirituality, or those who are studying or following spirituality. And though they have three different levels of understanding, and that is Brahman, Paramatman, Bhagavan, three understanding. And all these are basically connected to the absolute truth or connected to Krishna. That we should understand. Even though Brahman is not incomplete, it's not complete realization, still it is very much important and it is to be considered to be one of the aspects of Krishna. So we can't deny them. We can't say that they are not good. We can't say, because they are at least they are spiritualists. We can consider them to be spiritualists, but their understanding is low, and they are far better than the atheists, who doesn't even care for anything superior. So like that. So all these three different phases are basically speaking about the absolute truth or Krishna. And now Srila Prabhupada is explaining further. Oh, it's already late, but I think we can finish. The Sanskrit word Bhagavan is explained by the great authority Parashara Muni, the father of Vyasadeva, the Supreme Personality who possesses all riches, all strength, all fame, all beauty, all knowledge, all renunciation. See, this is the definition of Bhagavan. Aishwaryasya samagrasya virasya yashasasriya. Jnanam vairagyam. There are 6 qualities being mentioned, or we can say there are 6 things here it is mentioned: riches, strength, fame, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation. And one who is possessing all riches, and one who is possessing all strength, and one who is possessing all fame, one who is possessing all beauty, one who is possessing all knowledge and renunciation is called as Bhagavan. So means the riches, everything is 100% for Krishna. He is the most richest personality. He is the Lakshmi Pati. everything we see, everything belongs to him. So he is the richest person. And he is the most powerful person. Nobody can beat Krishna for anything. He is the most powerful person. All these planets, all this universe, everything is resting on the hoods of Sheshanag. Sheshanag is an expansion of Krishna, by the way. So he is all powerful person. Nobody can, beat Krishna with the strength. So he is all powerful, and he is all fame, whom we will remember after 100 years. There are so many famous personalities in our maybe movie, film stars or sports stars or whatever. How many years we will remember them? After they are died, they are no more. Then maybe few more years people will remember. After that, gone. But Krishna's fame is, see, at least we are now we are studying Bhagavad Gita, which was spoken 5,000 years back, and all the leelas Krishna did. The last leela which he did in this particular day of Brahma is 5,000 years before, and we are still discussing about that. We are still relishing on the Krishna's pastime. Why? Because he is an all famous person. Nobody can be famous, more famous than Krishna. And he is the all beauty. Nobody is as beautiful as Krishna. All beauty is actually coming from Krishna only. All beauty, what we see in this world or anywhere, is all coming from Krishna. So he is the most beautiful person. And he is the all knowledgeable person because he knows everything. Everything is him, his arrangements. Everything is his arrangement, and he is the all knowledgeable person. And he is all renunciation. Renunciation, what is the meaning? Virakta. Virakta means who has renounced. He is the most our highest renouncer. We can say that who is renouncing means not attached to anything. So Krishna is like that. Why? Everything belongs to Krishna. Now we can see everything belongs to Krishna, but he is not attached to any of these things. But see our case. We are attached to our house. We are attached to our family. We are attached to our mobile phone. We are attached to this small mobile itself. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna, everything belongs to him. He is not at all attached to anything. He is happy with himself. He is happy with his devotees. So like that. So when somebody is possessing all these 6 qualities or characteristics in full, in 100%, he is called as Bhagavan. So this is the definition of Bhagavan. Okay, we should remember. There are many persons who are rich, very powerful, very beautiful, very famous, very learned, very much detached, but no one can claim that he possesses all riches, all strength, etc. That is true, right? Nobody in this world, nobody can claim. Only Krishna can claim this because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No living entity, including Brahma, Shiva, Narayana, can possess all as fully as Krishna. Again, Narayana, please don't misunderstand. Narayana is Krishna only. That's expansion of Krishna. Narayana, there are many qualities being described in, we can say that it is said that, I would say, there are 64 qualities said in the Shastras. Okay, 64 qualities means 100% of the qualities. So Krishna is possessing all the qualities. He is having, it is said that 100% he is possessing all the qualities, all the, we can say, all the 6 items we said here. He has everything in 100%. He is 100% basically. And there are, and Narayana, he is an expansion of Krishna. He also is on the highest level. It is said that he has 94% of everything. Krishna has something special, like his form, his pastimes. Narayana doesn't have, anybody heard about Narayana? The 400 Narayana is stealing butter and going to different houses. Nobody has heard. That is only Krishna's special qualities. So Narayana possesses 94% of all the qualities. Something is missing, which is only in Krishna, which is pastimes, which is who is having flute and all. That's anyway different discussion. So we can, in short, we can understand Krishna is possessing everything in full 100%, and Narayana 94%, and our Lord Shiva is possessing 84% or 86%, I believe. So he is also just below Narayana or Vishnu, and Brahmaji is 78%. Brahma is possessing. Brahma also has all these qualities, but not in full. He has up to the 78% only. So what to speak of all of us? We don't have anything actually when you compare with all this. Okay, so that's the point. Krishna is full. Yeah. Therefore, it is concluded that in Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma himself, that Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No one is equal to him or above him. He is the primeval Lord, Bhagavan and Govinda. He is the supreme cause of all causes. That is the verse. Ishvara Parama Krishna means he is a supreme Parama. Parama means the topmost, highest. Who is that? Krishna. So this verse also proves that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not Narayana or not Vishnu. It is Krishna. And all others, Narayana and Vishnu, are expansions of Krishna basically. But Krishna is the source of everything. See, Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha, who is having that Sachidananda form, means eternal, all knowledgeable and all blissful form. Anadir Adir Govinda, who is he is the beginning and the end of everything. And Sarva Karana Karana means he is the cause of all causes. So who can be the cause of all causes? Only Krishna, because everything starts from him. He is the ultimate. He is the starting, beginning point, ending point also. So Krishna is that is why he is called as Parama. He is called Ishwara. He is the Supreme Lord, Sarva Karana Karanam. In the Bhagavatam also there is a list of many incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But Krishna is described as the original personality of Godhead. So again, this is a verse from Bhagavatam, proving that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. What is this verse? Ete chamsha kala pumsa krishnastu bhagavan swayam indrari vyakulam logam hridayandi yuge yuge. So in the Bhagavatam, 3rd chapter, 1st canto, 28th verse, Srila Sutta Goswami is describing the complete, again, almost 24 avatars of Krishna. 24 avatars of Krishna is being explained there. Now, after speaking in fact, Krishna has, we can't say how many avatars. He has infinite avatars. But only in Bhagavatam, 24 is mentioned, the primary or the main important avatars. And after speaking that, Vyasadeva says, or Srila Shukadeva Goswami says, or Srila Sutta Goswami says, whoever, because all of them are speaking Bhagavatam. They are saying that after explaining or describing all the avatars, finally they are saying, Ete Jamsha Kala Pumso Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Say, all the incarnations, what I have explained or we have explained, are all amshas of Krishna. And Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. And so from him everything comes. All others are amsha. That is the point. So he is the Supreme Lord. Therefore, Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, absolute truth, the source of both the super soul and impersonal Brahman. The final verse, okay, let us read. In the presence of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna's lamentation for his kinsmen is certainly unbecoming. Therefore, Krishna expresses surprise with the word Kutaha. Where from you got the impurities? Krishna is asking. Such impurities were never expected from a person belonging to a civilized class of men known as Aryans. So Arjuna is not an ordinary person. He is from a very great family. 2 minutes. The word Aryan is applicable to persons who know the value of life, have a civilization based on spiritual realization. Persons who are led by the material conception of life. 1 second. I think I'm really sorry, and we need to stop here. We will continue from next class because the Zoom is required for my wife for a children class. So we need to stop here, and I don't want to rush also. So let us stop here. We will study from the where we stopped, and we will discuss further and move forward. Okay. So thank you, dear devotees, for your patience.